Hi, meteorologist Matthew East here along with you, the January 15th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. A lot of ground to cover today. I'll spend a lot of time talking about our little system for Sunday morning. I'll get into a lot of the detailed modeling and give you my thoughts, which really overall have not changed since Tuesday on that system. Let me start off, though, with a peek here from the tower camera in Winston-Salem. First things first, we have a wet weather scenario set to unfold for us today. And pretty quiet start to the day, but we do have a lot of rain that'll be lifting up in our direction as we get deeper into the day. Currently 41 during the 5 o'clock hours. I cut this video here in Winston-Salem. Your temperatures yesterday, what a great day. It was a fantastic, fantastic weather day. Beautiful conditions, sunshine, and look at those highs in the Triad, upper 50s, and many spots hit 60 in the Charlotte viewing area yesterday. Again, just a wonderful, picture-perfect type of weather day yesterday. This morning it's cool, but not that bad. You still want the jackets for sure as you head out the door this morning. But the big story is rain for today heading our way. Radar quiet for the time being across most of the Carolinas, but there's your big shield of rain moving through parts of Alabama, Georgia, and Florida. In fact, there's even some severe weather early this morning down here in parts of the Florida Panhandle region. We won't have any of that to deal with, but we will see this big shield of rain continue to lift up through Alabama and Georgia, right on up into our region as we go through today. So there's your area of low pressure lifting up the Carolina coast by this afternoon and this evening, spreading that shield of rain in here and then out of here this afternoon and this evening. High resolution modeling continues to paint a very wet scenario for us this afternoon and this evening as that big shield of rain rolls through. I think a lot of us, a half to 1 inch of rain, and really I think a lot of us could focus toward the upper end of that range, say 3/4 of an inch to an inch of rain this afternoon and into tonight. Temperatures held in check, especially say west and north of a line from Raleigh to Columbia, where a bit of a hybrid cold air damming event unfolds temporarily. Now tomorrow looks great, no problems at all for our Saturday. We'll see pretty good intervals of sunshine, maybe a bit of a westerly wind at times, but nothing too significant. And your highs tomorrow look good. 50s, even some 60-degree readings further to the south and east toward the Sandhills and the coast in South Carolina. And here's where we get into Sunday morning. And again, I'll show you a ton of modeling on this in just a moment. But the basic idea for me remains the same, that there is the potential for some light snow for parts of the region. I should really draw that back into this area too. But potential for some light snow Saturday night into Sunday morning for some of us. There's the GFS computer model. Same basic idea. You're looking at the interaction of a big piece of upper level energy with a developing surface low. So the GFS model continues to look like that. That's the 6Z run now in with the snow totals across the region. European not getting a whole lot showing up on the European computer model. But here's the basic idea, and I'll get into the details here in just a second, but this is my idea, what I'm going with here across the Carolinas. Not a big deal. This is, again, not a big deal. There have been some trends north of the surface low, which I'll show you in a second, but I think anywhere from, we'll say roughly I-85 and then over toward Raleigh and points north and west, you could see enough of a bit of light snow Sunday morning to whiten the ground on the elevated surfaces. That's the bottom line. This is not a big deal. But I do think there's a good chance some of us, maybe a lot of us, see at least a period of some light snow Sunday morning. Following this system, big time shot of cold air. There's your Arctic blast, and the European computer model continues to indicate highs struggling to make it into the low to mid 30s Monday and Tuesday. All right, so let me get on to the higher resolution modeling, and again, it may take me a minute to find some of these charts I want to show you. Let me start here with a comparison of the European model over the past two runs. Okay, so this is the European model from the latest run. This is valid Saturday evening. Okay, here's the piece of energy to key on here in the Northwest Gulf. Compare that to the previous run. Okay, so let me do that again. So there's the latest run, previous run. It's not a huge difference, but it is a difference. And you wind up with differences that look like this. This is Sunday morning on the latest run, and then there's the previous run. That energy a lot more separated, less phased on the previous run. Okay, so at the surface, the differences wind up looking like this. So this was the 12Z run yesterday. So this was the old run of the European. And there's the new run, and that is a decidedly north jog, and that's very evident when you look at the ensemble mean as well. This is the latest run of the European ensemble mean compared to the previous run, and that is again a noticeable difference. Now, you're running out of time for this to trend north, but it has definitely been a trend north. Again, let me just show you one more time. There's the latest run, and you compare that with the previous run. Latest run, previous run, and you can clearly see the differences there. The GFS, let's see. Let me go right here. There's your rain event, first of all, on the GFS. Still looking quite healthy for today. Moving out forward then. There's a peek at the GFS model. This was a 0Z run. This is valid Sunday morning. Then you go out here to Sunday through the morning and the early afternoon, and then from there the system departs. So you wound up with a snow map on the 0Z GFS that looked like that. And when you zoom in, again, you're talking dusting to an inch or two on the elevated surfaces on that particular model. And the GFS has been one of the more aggressive models. The Canadian model has tried to come around a bit here to indicating some light snow Sunday morning. I mean, so you're seeing a lot of the modeling kind of trend in that direction. So again, let me stress what I'm going with here. I have not changed my ideas in a few days now. I think a period of some light snow, a good bet for some of us. Now, some of us may miss out altogether, and the further south you go towards South Carolina and into South Carolina, the more opportunity you have for some raindrops to be more and more the predominant precipitation type. But this is all looking very light. We'll see how much this northerly trend continues. If it were to continue, you could beef up the amounts of precipitation just a bit, but the latest run of the GFS has kind of leveled off on that north trend. So we may be honing in on a solution, but it is interesting to see that northerly trend on the European. Before I wrap up the video, let me talk about the cold air very quickly. These are high temperatures off of the previous run of the GFS for Monday. That is cold stuff. Low temperatures Tuesday morning, very cold across the region, and then finally highs on Tuesday. That's cold stuff. So we're going to be looking at teens for lows probably by Tuesday morning. Highs struggling to get into the low to mid 30s Monday and Tuesday. Down the road, watching a couple storm systems later on next week. I'm not sure if I threw any charts in there for that or not. I may not have. Well, there you go. This is the European for Wednesday. The next system midweek kind of weakens as it moves in, and then we see a potential big system down the road. Let me see if I can find it. I know I threw that chart in here somewhere. Where did it go? Yeah, maybe I didn't. Either way, we're watching a potential system later on next week, and the bottom line is that there's tons of moving pieces and all sorts of ranges of possibilities with that one for later on next week. We'll talk about that as we move forward. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, great weekend, and God bless.